Hi, welcome to Move with Melinda. Today's episode is all about protein and why do we need protein for our body? Well, I have a special guest with me today and he's going to let us know why. Please welcome Luke. Hi, Luke.
Hi,
I'm
how are you?
so happy to be here with you
Great
and thank
to
you
be
for
here, too.
coming in.
Of course.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I own Amped Nutrition, which is a retail supplement and nutrition store in Bolton, Ontario. We also do online sales. We ship Canada-wide and worldwide. Ex-competitive bodybuilder. I still partake in that myself, but not competing, and nutrition coach.
And how long have you been doing this?
Business has been open for over 7 years. Been competitively bodybuilding for about that time and nutrition coaching for the last 4 years.
Excellent. So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Why do we have to have protein?
Basically, every tissue in our body is made up of protein. And we have to consume this through diet. Some people supplement where needed because it's basically the building blocks for tissue. And without it, we would basically degrade. It's something that just happens, right? So you got to consume it. Every cell in your body is made up of protein and amino acids. And without consuming it, you basically wither away or body composition would not be favorable.
And we're talking about protein supplements today. And we're going to go over how much protein should a man have versus a woman.
The simple general rule of thumb that I use with all my clients, whether it be men or women, is simply about 1 gram per pound of body weight or per lean pound of body weight.
Okay.
So for someone who's heavier, if they don't have as much muscle mass, you would go per lean pound of body weight. Okay. And for someone, just your everyday individual, simple calculation is 1 gram per pound of body weight.
How do you measure a lean body weight?
So body fat percentage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. And is there, so list some benefits and advantages of consuming protein in supplement form.
The biggest benefit to consuming protein in supplement form is simply calorie for calorie. You're going to get the lowest calorie, highest protein bang for your buck. So for people dieting, it's a great way to get in the protein you need, or for everyday people in general. A lot of people find it hard to consume enough protein, especially for active individuals. The more active you are, you need to repair that muscle tissue that you've broken down through sports, exercise, physical activity. And sometimes that can be hard if you're trying to get 1 gram per pound of body weight and you can't eat enough chicken, fish, eggs, lentils, beans, wherever you're trying to get it from your diet.
Exactly.
So that's where the protein supplements come in handy. Not only that, for good snacks on the go, it's a quick, easy way to make sure you're getting great nutrition and avoiding going for other junk. And then for athletes, the biggest thing is the rapid digestion and fast delivery of a lot of proteins. You want to make sure roughly within an hour after a workout or that you're going to get protein to repair what you've broken down.
Why is that?
The main reason is you go through your duration of your workout, which is who knows how long, 1 hour to 2 hours, whatever your exercise may be, and you're continuously breaking down. Your body, when you're exercising, is breaking down the muscle to take amino acids to use for energy, and basically we want to replace that breakdown as fast as possible, just to not dig ourselves a big hole that we can then not climb out of as easily.
And we'll be exhausted.
Exactly, right?
So let's talk about some different assortments of protein supplements or drinks, and even bars if you know of any that you can suggest that are good for us, and versus animal products. So I know that there's whey, isolate, vegan, there's so many to choose from, and I get a lot of questions as a trainer, as an instructor. What do you have and what brands and what? I said, well, everyone's different.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So when it comes to protein supplements, I guess what you could say is the gold standard of protein is what's called whey protein powder. Okay. Whey is a byproduct of milk. It's actually the byproduct of cheese making. When they make cheese, the casein and other proteins settle at the bottom, the whey comes to the top, they skim it off. Whey is the richest source of protein and amino acids that you can get. They rate it on a biological value scale. Eggs are being the, I guess you'd say, standard, which is 100. Whey actually comes in above that at about 102.
Wow.
Everything else is below.
You know what that reminds me of? I remember seeing a lot of infomercials, a lot of commercials of bodybuilders having all these raw eggs.
Exactly, yeah.
Now whey is surpassed that.
Surpass that, yes.
So what happens if you're allergic? Like say you have a sensitivity.
Exactly. So a lot of people nowadays don't consume milk or don't consume a lot of dairy due to different food sensitivities and whatnot. So the best thing to do is if you do try a whey product, make sure you buy a very good quality one first, because if you buy a poor quality one, that's not a good way to rate your digestion or how that whey might sit in your stomach, right?
So it's comparable to organic or non-organic
Essentially.
products?
I mean, it's some products cheaper. Generally, you get what you pay for. There may be fillers and other things that might actually interfere with digestion and might not settle with you. So if you've tried a really good whey product and doesn't agree with you, or you're very sensitive to dairy, most whey protein isolates or hydrolysates, such as this one here, are actually about 99 to 100% lactose free. When they purify it that much, there's no lactose for the most part. So even people with slight lactose intolerance could usually consume it. But there's a million other options out there now.
So they have a lot.
And a lot of people now, with the whole trying to be more environmentally friendly, less impact on the environment, are going with plant-based options.
Right. Tell us a little bit about that.
So plant-based, such as this product right here.
That would be for vegans or vegetarians.
Yes, and now even a lot of people are just choosing to use them because they can digest them better, they find, or they just want to do it for a lifestyle kind of change, right? As an alternative to having a dairy-based protein. So most plant-based proteins, the reason if we rate them like on a biological value, the whey being the highest, plant-based sources are usually not as high because they don't contain all the amino acids to make a complete protein. So what a lot of products like this will do is they will combine multiple plant-based sources to make it very similar to consuming a whey-based protein. So something like this might have pea protein, brown rice, quinoa, hemp. They'll use all different protein sources to make it a very rich source of protein.
But it's not going to be a full amino acid.
So it will be
intake?
when they complete all these,
I
or
see.
add all these complete
Okay.
plant-based options to it. But they'll use a variety of them to make sure you get the closest amino acid profile to a whey protein. If you were to consume one single plant-based source, then you're not getting all those additional amino
Right.
acids.
And it's very important, especially after a workout or everyday living, to get a full protein intake, right?
Exactly.
So is there a best time to consume protein?
Yes and no. The general rule of thumb with like my clients and that is you want to just make sure you hit your daily protein goal. So if you need 150 grams of protein a day, however you need to get that, you can supplement with it where needed. Now, around workouts is an optimal time, simply because you don't want to allow your body to keep breaking down. So an hour after the workout, within an hour, is a great time to consume one.
Right.
Or if you're someone who generally doesn't have time to eat a few hours before your workout, even if you took one half an hour to an hour before, you're going to make sure your body has the amino acids in it so that you're not
the energy.
pulling from the muscles as
Right.
much to give you that
And
energy.
if you're sensitive, if you're going to go for a run or something like
Exactly,
that,
you can't eat a whole
You're
meal.
hungry, but you can't eat it a whole meal because then you're going to get sick on that treadmill or something like that.
Exactly.
Exactly. So tell me more about, now for the standard person, the person that's not too educated, they go in and they see all these beautiful labels and they think, well, that looks good, but I don't understand the ingredient list. What should we be looking for in an ingredient list?
So when I look at protein powders, the first thing you want to look at when you look at any ingredient label, this is even in food products you buy, they're rated by the amount or percentage of the ingredient in the product, first to last on an ingredient label. So the
Okay,
first
so that's
ingredient
standard, yeah.
you want to be obviously the protein powder. And second to that, there shouldn't be a lot of ingredients in a product. Next to that, you should have flavoring, if it's naturally sweetened, artificially sweetened, stevia, sucralose, whatever's in it, and that's really about it. When it gets to a plant-based protein, it's a little more complicated because you're going to get multiple sources of plant-based protein.
But that should still
But
be
they should
at
still
the beginning.
be at the top.
So then when you know what you're getting.
You know that basically that tub is the highest percentage is pure protein and there's no other fillers in it. You don't want individual amino acids added into a protein
Why is
separate.
that?
The main reason for that is actually in the past few years, a lot of companies have actually got into lawsuits over what was called amino spiking. So what they would do is they would add amino acids into the product, amino acid powder, and put less protein, because amino acids are cheaper, but they can be seen as a protein source when you test for nitrogen in a product. So nowadays we've gone past that. A lot of products, like even this one here, will state no amino spiking right on the label. So clean and simple, but generally this goes with any food products too. You want to get a product that has the least amount of ingredients.
So no amino. I've got to remember that added. That's a very good point. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course.
Now, let's just touch base on these sweeteners. Like,
Yeah.
I love a protein that tastes good.
Exactly.
Okay, the cookie crumbles and the chocolate chips. But how much sweetener is really good for us? Because they don't, you can't really tell exactly how much is in it, and it tastes really good. And I'm thinking, a lot of sweetener.
Yeah, in general, most products these days are all either going to be sweetened with sucralose or stevia, and everyone is different.
One better than the other?
Some people will argue yes, some people argue no. The science kind of shows that they're pretty similar. They both have drawbacks when consumed in large quantities. So in general, I find it's more consumer preference. If you're someone going all organic, all natural, that's your lifestyle, go with the naturally sweetened products, the stevia or the cane sugar. If you don't really care about that, and you want more flavor, or you're looking for certain crazy flavors, then you're going to opt for the sucralose option.
Right.
Some products, very few, will state the exact milligrams of the sweetener added.
Right.
But in general, I like to say if this is your 1 or 2 artificially sweetened things of the day and the rest of your diet's pretty clean, you kind of pick your battles like that.
You're on your way to a good, healthy living lifestyle.
Exactly.
Let's just touch base on, are there other supplements which are important when working out, such as creatine and glutamine?
Creatine, glutamine, things like that, they're all individual. Creatine's a great supplement. It's the most clinically proven sports nutrition supplement that everyone can benefit from. They're showing even elderly people it's great for preventing age-degenerative diseases. That and protein is something everyone can take.
And that would be on the label, easily to read
Exactly.
and see. So that's also a very good thing to look out for on those labels when choosing a protein or even a protein bar. That's great. So what we're going to do now, if you're going to stick around, I would love to do a workout with you.
Of course.
We'll try to get our muscles going, and so stay tuned. Don't go very far. Me and Luke will be right back with a short routine you can do at home in the comfort of your own home. Thanks, Luke. That was great. Thank you so much. Hi, welcome back to Move with Melinda. I'm here with Luke Bernardi, and we are going to go through a little weight routine with you. We're going to use free weights. Choose your weight accordingly. I want to focus on major muscle groups within the body today. So we'll start on our lower half. So we're going to be doing some squats. So this will be your leg work. So we're going to get some weights, put them up to our shoulders, elbows back, a little bit wider than hip width stance, and you're going to push back your hips, and up we go, pushing out the hips, making a full rotation, down and up, firing up the quads today, glutes. Keep it going. We're going to try to do 2 sets each on each body part, depending on how much time we have. One more, and then we'll take a little rest. Great stuff. So you should rest in between sets if you can to recover the muscles. Now, if you're going to a maximum weight, really using really heavy weight, Down we go. You're going to actually recover a little bit longer in between sets. Usually weightlifters will do that. They'll recover up to at least 1 minute to 2 minutes. 3 more. Down, get as low as you can. Firing up the legs. 1 more. Great stuff. All right, a little rest there. Let's go into lunges. All right, we're still on the legs. So what we want to do is keep that right foot forward, bring back the left, brace in the stomach, shoulders back, and you want to bring down that knee as close as you can to the floor, and up we come. Again, this is glute work, quad work, beautiful leg work. Up we go. 5 and up. The further you can get that knee down, the more the muscle will be working for you. 2, last 1, excellent. Stand up, shake it out, and then the left foot will go forward, bring back the other side. Let's do it, 8 of them. 8. Pay attention to your form, very important. Sometimes it's not always about the weight that you're lifting, it's our form. 3 more. 3, hop, 2. Excellent. I really like this move. So shake it out. What I'm going to do now is add a little bit of movement, okay? Get that heart rate up a little bit more. Though we're toning and sculpting our muscles, I want to get the heart rate up a little bit more. So what I want to do is go back, keep the right foot forward, go into a full rotation lunge, coming up, stepping up flat foot, and then bringing back the other leg and down. All right, so let's start. Left foot back. Here we go. Lunge, up, step, back, 7, up, good stuff, and back, and keeping those weights at the side. If it's too heavy for you, you can always drop the weights, I say. You have your body weight working the legs, so sometimes that's heavy enough. A couple more. 2, I feel my heart rate increasing, and last 1, great stuff. Woo, shake it out, great stuff. Okay, we're not done in the legs. There's one more body part we have to do, and that's our calves. Right behind our legs, right? Sometimes we forget about those. And a well-sculpted calf looks really nice, let's face it. So what we'll do is keep our weights to the side, and again, you can drop the weights at any time you feel. So we're just going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart and reaching up onto those tippy toes and releasing. You're going to be pushing out the hips and tightening up the glutes. Oh yeah. 5 and down. We try to hold it just for that second up there and release. 2. This also works on balance and strength. 1 more and we'll take a little break. Great stuff. Now if you want to progress this move, you can bend those knees just a little bit, getting a little bit more power on the legs. Okay, now balancing and lifting. And remember, whoa, that's a hard one. 6. You can see I'm a little wobbly, but I'm really trying. I'm lifting and I'm keeping up there on my toes, igniting the back of my calves, and getting some a little bit more stronger today. How much more? 2? Excellent. And 1. Oh boy, shake it out. Good stuff. Okay. Remember, this routine you can do at any time, anywhere, in the privacy of your own home. Let's work on chest. So what we're going to do is lay on the floor, and I'll share my mat with you. You can lay on one side if you want. And what we're going to do is get the weights that you need to work the chest muscles today. So what we want to do, I'll go on a diagonal. And I'm just going to move my pack. So I want to start with elbows on the ground, weights, palms facing outward. Now it's not going to be a full range of motion for the chest. Sometimes you can bring back those elbows if you're on an elevated pad, elevated step that you're laying on. But for today, we're going to do as best we can. So we're going to have our feet planted on the ground. We're going to twist up and squeeze together, feeling the pectoralis muscles and coming down. Up we come and squeeze it at the top. There you go. 6. And breathe. I always say breathing is very important in these moves. 3 more. Ah, well-defined chest looks so nice, doesn't it? 2. And 1. So we're trying to do 8 and rest. So a little break, and again, we want to target right here in our chest by squeezing together. Let's do another round. Setting up, feet planted and reaching up, squeezing, releasing. Up. 6 more. Breathing. Building a little bit of muscle. Do you know that muscle burns a lot of fat? I like that. 4. And again, I always want to tell you, choose the weight that works for you. A little bit of a challenge is always beneficial. And last one. Great stuff. All right, put those weights down. Now, we're still going to be working on the chest. We're not quite finished yet. What I want to do now is work our chest without any weights. We're going to use our body weight, and we're going to do a wide push-up. Okay, what I mean by a wide push-up is our arms are going to be wider than our shoulders. My friend here, Luke, is going to be doing the man's push-up, and I'll be doing the woman's push-up. Lucky me, right? Okay, so you widen your knees a little bit further back from your hips to set up for the woman. You want your hands wider than your shoulders, because as we go down, we want to drive up and work the chest muscles. But there's one more thing I didn't tell you. Can we do about 4 really slow?
4 slow.
Here we go, time under tension. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and all the way and down. And get those elbows wide, feeling that pressure right there. Let's build a little bit more muscle mass today. And down we go. 4, 3, 2, oh boy, the burn. Up we go. All right, now we're going to go into 4 regular singles. Here we go. 4, push, 3, push, 2, and 1. Now we deserve a break, a few second break. So again, time under tension really slows down the pace, and it can build a little bit more muscle because we're activating for a longer period of time. Let's do it one more time. All right, here we go. And again, hey ladies, if you got time, if you got the power to go on your toes, do it. All right, let's try it. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. And up we go slow. Remember, your back is straight, your core is ignited, and you're all in a neutral position. Down we go. And your forehead's facing the floor. Very important. Again, form is very important when we're doing these exercises, not necessarily the weight that we're lifting. 4, 3, 2, 1. Do we got one more after this? Oh my goodness. 2, one more slow, one more slow. 4, 3, 2, good stuff. Excellent. Looking great, Luke. All right, singles. 4, 4, and push up. 3, hop, 2, and last one. Oh, that burn. That means calories will be burning too. So let me move the mat out of the way. All right, we're gonna be finishing off upstairs. We're gonna get our weights again, and we're gonna go right into shoulders. So let's choose our weight. And what I wanna do is, firstly, just do a reverse fly. So what I wanna do is brace in my belly. And actually, you know what? Before I wanna do that, I wanna go into back. Okay, so I'm going to stick with my weight load here. So we're going to have our weights pointing forward. We're going to hip hinge at the waist, weights to the side. What I want to do is a tight row up, coming down, switching in those wrists, and then go into a wide row. Okay, so here we go. Try to give me 8. Inside, and then wide. Ah, beautiful. Excellent. This is squeezing the back, the upper back. A nice pretty back. Looks really good for men and women. All right, we got 4 more. Up, inside, open. 3 more. Squeeze it as you get to the top. Really pulse that back in. Beautiful. Wide. 2 more, Luke. 1. Wide. Last one. Woo. Big muscle. The back burns a lot of calories, and we're done there. Excellent. All right, now we're going to go into the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to do that reverse fly that I was talking about. Again, it's going to ignite some of the back, but the shoulders too. We want to do it in sequence. We want to work the bigger muscles and then go progress to the little muscles, because we need our energy for those big muscles. All right, so here we go. So we're going to hip hinge again. coming down, thumbs out on the weights, and then all we want to do is lift up shoulder height. I'm just going to move up just a bit here, and here we go, 8. So what is key here is not to use momentum. Use those arms, shoulders, and back to lift those weights. Look a little bit forward onto the floor. This is a burner. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Come on up. All right, a little rest there. All right, we're going to do one more for the shoulders because I just love shoulders. And then hopefully we'll have enough time. We got to get to those biceps. Okay, hip width apart, little natural arch in your back from your shoulders, straight in front and back. 7, 6, 5. Good stuff. 4. We got 2 more. We're doing it good. 2 and 1. Excellent. Excellent stuff. We're going to take a breather and move on. We got 2 more groups to hit before we leave. We're going to do 1 of each. So this is remember, try to do 2 sets if you can at home. We're going to do the bicep. So we're going to have the weights in front and we're going to twist the forearm as we coming up to the shoulders and twisting back down. Why? And we're not going to go fast, Luke. We're going slow. Why? Because I want to get the full bicep muscle. We're engaging more muscle fibers as we make that twist in that forearm, lengthening the bicep, shortening the bicep. All right. Well, our time is running out, but I hope you enjoyed this workout. And stay tuned for all great episodes coming your way with Move with Melinda. Luke, thank you so much for being here with me. Get your protein in, ladies and gents. Come on, build that muscle.